Most of us can feel when that mood change is coming on, but you don't always know why it happens. Turns out, interesting smirk on your face, Jeff Glor. Turns out the seasons have a lot to do with it, which is very important because the first day of winter, the winter solstice, is up next week.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. Dr. John Sharp has written a book called The Emotional Calendar. He's here to talk about getting your seasonal mood swings under control. Doctor, good morning.
Good morning.
So we've all heard about seasonal affective disorder or SAD, but there's a lot more to it.
Absolutely. It turns out that's just the tip of the iceberg. And you can take a seasonal approach, like I advocate in the emotional calendar, in order to see how the seasons affect you. SAD really is all about the lack of light, the long winter nights, and that's very powerful. So I recommend people look into three realms. One is the physical realm, like light and temperature. Another is man-made cultural expectations of the season, like how much you buy into what we should be doing this time of year. And the most important realm, the third one, is your past experience, what you're kind of conditioned to expect based on what it's been like for you at different times of the year.
So this is, for many people, this is, they talk about a range of emotions this particular time of year. Because for some people, winter in the holiday season is the best, best possible time of year. And for others, it could not get worse.
Yes, it's almost bipolar, loosely speaking.
Right.
People have expectations from childhood, and, typically they're good ones, that the holidays are wonderful and filled with cheer and easy and special time away. As adults, it's counterintuitive, but as adults, we usually don't feel that way because there's end of the year wrap-up stuff, there's a lot of pressure, maybe there are things we'd like to be doing or wish we had that we don't.
What kind of stuff peaks around this time of year?
Well, alcohol use really increases this time of year, and there is something called the holiday blues, which is part seasonal affective disorder and part just stress, which peaks. Depression doesn't peak this time of year, interestingly.
When's that?
That peaks in January.
Is that because everything's over? I mean,
after.
it sort of makes sense. Everything's over, that high of the holidays, the expectations you had.
Yeah, there's like a big letdown, and you kind of hold yourself together. Credit card bills come down. There's a lot of counterintuitive stuff that I found in researching the emotional calendar as well. Like, for example, suicide peaks in April, which is not a time you'd expect.
Because?
Well, usually if you've been hanging on by a thread all winter long, the last thing you can stand is that the birds are out chirping and it's sunnier. But, I don't want listeners to think that the emotional calendar is all about negative
I was going to say, what if
how do we, I mean, in terms of trying to keep it positive, what do people do right now to kind of manage those emotions?
Well, this is the thing. Think seasonally. Think in those three dimensions about what's affecting you, whether it's physical, man-made, cultural, or personal. And here's the big point. Look for positive spots on your emotional calendar. Find the times, the people that you enjoy being with, and make sure you put some energy, in that direction. Have time for yourself. Don't put yourself last. Don't think you're not ready. Don't think you can't do it. Don't just take the easy way. We can all do better, and it's pretty easy when you stop and realize how you're being affected.
I know we can do that at any time of the year. Is there one particular time of year, though, that is best?
No, there really isn't, unless you know that that's true for you. You're a summer girl, you're a winter guy, it just depends. The fall is the most discordant. People love the fall, back to school. People hate the fall, they want to be in the summer. Figure out who you are, that's the point.
All right, I like it. Dr.
We could
John
chat for a
Sharp,
long time
nice
about it, yeah.
Here.
Thank you so much, it's my pleasure.